Good. Are we on? I guess we are. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is Sunday. I'm having a good day. The sun is shining, and so am I in many ways. And you're all here, and I'm here because you're here. No, you're here because I'm here. If I didn't start this way, you wouldn't be here. You see what I'm saying? I mean, you'd be around, but I don't know if you would actually be here. I will say this first. It is of the utmost importance. Please, if you have already, watch it again. If you haven't, watch it now. You can pause this and watch it and then come back. It's not even that long. Watch the latest AEW with formerly the Red Death, Daniel Garcia. I wrestled him many, many years ago. He had wanted to be on the show. He had asked me for a while, and then I thought, I don't know what to do with him because he was in the Jericho Appreciation side, and then he felt like he was getting out, and he was blossoming, and then he was back in, and then I thought, okay, fine, let's do a thing here. And I think he regretted it ultimately. I don't know how he'll feel when I see him this week. That's the thing. You see these episodes, and then they're gone. I got to see these people the next week. By Wednesday, I have to look them in the face again. So watch it, like it, comment on it, share it, tell him you like it, tell AEW you like it, and there will be much more in the future. He was an open book, to be fair. He didn't avoid any of the questions. And I hit him with some hard personal things, which is what I often do. So go tell Daniel Garcia you love him. Go watch AEW. The link is there. The link is up. The link is everywhere. Go look and go watch all the AEWs. Go watch the playlist. Burn through it. It's at the top of my Twitter. It's on my YouTube. I put a playlist there. It's on AEW's. Go watch. What? Oh my God. I can't believe I was wearing this. I totally forgot. Sometimes you just put these things on. I was supposed to be in my underwear, but I guess I am also wearing the new AEW shirt, which you can buy now at shopaew.com. It's got me and an empty chair. I came up with the design myself, so hopefully people like it. It's the only AEW shirt with my face on it. So let's not blow this one. You know what I'm saying? It's already on the bestseller list. Let's keep it going. Let's beat some of Danhausen's shit. Guy needs to be knocked down a few pegs. He's not even wrestling right now. He's wrestling. I wrestled more than him. I did a wrestling move on the latest episode of AEW. So look, this is me from that episode actually with Daniel Garcia, but he's not here. It's just me sitting with a classic cross-legged pose and a hearty smile and my notes in my hand, and you got the chair here. And people have been taking this image and photoshopping guests onto the chair, which is something we should absolutely. I was talking to them. Can we do some sort of like green screen thing? The other option, let me take this off now because it's getting too hot. The other idea I had is maybe either doing a green screen or perhaps, at the next Fan Fest, if there's one at Double or Nothing in Vegas, maybe it would be a nice photo op to have the set there with the chair, and then I sit and you sit and you take a picture with me, and maybe you get a little minute video and I ask you a question. I think that would be good. So there's the shirt, shopaew.com, right after you watch Daniel Garcia's episode. Amanda said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. Mikey said, good morning. Culties. Mia said, good morning. Pam said, good morning. Josh said, good morning to everyone except Daniel Garcia's potty mouth. Now, it's something that he tweeted, and I asked him what it meant. And to his credit, he didn't sugarcoat it. He's an honest man. And that's what I appreciate about him. Someone has joined the YouTube membership, but I don't know who because they retracted their message. So maybe they had immediate regrets about it. Fantastic. Rod said, feels like Mama Briscoe and Mama Garcia will have very different feelings about RJ. I think Mama Garcia will have very different feelings about her son. I was more of a conduit, as if to say, this is who your son is. Mikey said, forgot to update my credit card. Lost my lovely badge. I still see it. I think you're okay. Christine is here. Suplexus has said, missed the last couple of episodes, but glad to be back. Love this program and group. Jess said, good morning. Candy said, good morning. The episode was great today. Thank you. Oh, God, I've lost my place already. I'm like 3 minutes in. No, I'm back. Typo said, I actually got up in time to watch the episode before this. We've always said, hey, W airs at the crack of dawn, and then we didn't specify when the crack of dawn is. That's 7 a.m. Eastern. And according to some farmers, not all of them, go to Argentina, you go to Colombia, They have a totally different crack of dawn. Sean said good morning. Dawn Marie said good morning, beautiful people. Clarence, it's almost his birthday. Happy almost birthday to you, Clarence. Mia said, are you hot in that shirt? See, she understands. Candy said, I love that he asked to be on the show. Miss Annie said, RJ should charge other wrestlers a consulting fee for the finishing move name suggestion. You get a live brainstorming session, and some stuff stuck. I mean, look at FTR. Cash comes out now and says, come on, let me hear you. And just the people go nuts. Nell said, who else has asked you to be on AEW? A bunch of people. I don't want to quite give it away. It's also hard. It's not only scheduling, but there's ones that I've been working on for a while in terms of my notes and research, and then you want to get them out of the way. But then there's also newer people who come in, and you go, well, what about a Nigel McGuinness, Nigel Magic McGuinness, a Jay White at some point, ideally, a Sky Blue. New people come in all the time, so you have to balance it. Typo said it's all coming together. Sean said, does it come in red? No, the shirt does not come in red. No. T said, everyone in Buffalo hates Daniel now or just hates themselves. Well, I guess I just missed the cutoff. Pam said, I think this episode had to be the most bleeped episode ever. Yes, this episode of AEW is absolutely the most bleeped ever. And I would love to see who attempts to break that record. Amanda said, I love it so much. I've not ordered it yet because I'm waiting to make a mega order again. That's fine. You can order shit in bulk. It's okay. Leo said, I stumbled across one of those videos where people scoop candy and there were gummy spiders. Could you eat a gummy spider? No. It would not be fun. It would not be an enjoyable experience. Also, sorry. Gummies are shit. Period. They're like oily. They're chewy and oily. I don't need that shit in my mouth. I've certainly eaten gummies in the past. I don't think I've enjoyed one gummy ever. Stop gummies. Why are they still existing? Midnight Cowboy said the deleted tweets are very timely. I've deleted tweets, but usually they're like obscure. It'll be like a tweet about Kay Ballard and no one gets it and it's getting zero engagement. And then I slink away in shame. Human Avenger said, it's funny how RJ always forgets that he's wearing a shirt. Now it's time for the strip tease. Also, good morning to you humans. Emmanuel said, which wrestler had the most interesting kayfabe you've interviewed on AEW? Well, I don't quite know how to quantify that. I mean, so many people who think, oh, I love when they come on and they're just themselves. Or I love when you come on and they're playing a character. And a lot of people think shit is a character and it's just them playing themselves. Jim Ross certainly did not turn it on or off for me. So Sierra said, the Hay shirt is the only one you're allowed to wear on this program. Thank you. Christine said, even more handsome than William Mattar. Heard in a car? Call William Mattar. I'm going to get. He's either going to follow me, I'm going to do a commercial for him, or he's going to sue me. Neil said, I actually popped the AEW playlist on this week, and seriously, we've had some epic guests and episodes. Very cool to watch all at once. I'm going to double check this week. I think the playlist is missing a few episodes, which is very annoying to me. I mean, look, all my social media, you can find all the episodes. You just do a nice deep scroll or type in AEW. They all come up. I think we're almost at 55, rounding the corner to 60 episodes. Suddenly, 100 does not seem so far away, which is insane. Suplexus has said, I just watched the interview you did on The Best Show with Tom Sharpling. Absolutely brilliant stuff at the Last Stop Willoughby gimmick. You describing Hulk Hogan as succulent popped to me. Certainly now he's more prunish, but nevertheless, you can go listen to my appearance on Tom Sharpling's. I was also on the AEW Awesome Pod with Darcy the Mail Girl, Diana Prince, and Johnny Taylor Jr., and a guy named Brandon, and I can't remember his last name. He's going to yell at me. But we recapped this week's Dynamite, and then we talked about Don Knotts having sex a lot. That's the bulk of the episode. So if either of those things interests you. Christine said, my shirt shipped on Friday. Wonderful. Amanda said, holy shit, that would be an amazing opportunity. I might fly to Vegas for it, even though I have a trip planned for my anniversary in October. Also, even better, when we go to Vegas, that guy has the tequila bar. He named the drink after me, and now I got to go have it. Better be free. I've lost my place again. No, we're back. I'm keeping good pace. Dawn Marie said definitely do the prop meet and greet. Mikey said that was me that joined again, accidentally deleted the post about joining. Well, thank you for joining and then regretting it and then joining again. Hector said Daniel Garcia is very stoic and looked tired on AEW. Have you ever seen Daniel Garcia before in your life? We also do them early in the morning. It's rough on people. Long Ball McGlovin said, just watched your matches with Wardlow and Deputy Dewey after going down your rabbit hole. Love everything I've seen. Can't wait to watch all these now. Well, there's plenty of it. Neil said, how did Velvet McIntyre take the news? She's not up yet. I think she's in Australia, so it's getting to her soon. Clarence said, RJ, thank you for everything. Thank you for, yes, okay, great. Amanda said, speaking of best show with Tom Sharpling, how the hell could you sit there with that slow-talking man for so long? Amanda, I will tell you, it's one of my favorite interviews I've ever done. I like being slow and boring and really breaking down things. Look, it might not be entertaining for you, but to be in it, I enjoyed it. Zoel said, good morning from the brisk state of Kansas. It's about time communication majors got their due on the latest AEW. I think it is nice that, like, a lot of my interviews, I say what they've done in the past in terms of employment and education. Mia said, I watched it at 7:40, then listened to Talk is Jericho because I forgot. I'm also, and that's an episode that dropped during Mania week, and people are still discovering it now. I was on Talk is Jericho, and we basically lobbed backhanded insults at each other for over an hour. And I think we might do it again in the future. So, yeah, go listen to it. It's a nice time. And I love a tweet. I just listened to Talk is Jericho, somebody tweeted, and RJ City used to wrestle. So there's a lot going on there. Rob said, never mind green screen. How expensive could it possibly be to hire Madame Tussauds, hire the Madam, to create a wax RJ and pose for people to photo next to? Barely a sentence, Rob. This pose, it's hard because you go like this, you bend how I do, and the wax would just fall over. Jackson said, good morning. Collab with DS from Ring the Bell. I don't like, what does a collab mean? Does she want me on their show? I'm not that hard to get. Rod said, kudos for the HeyW special effects department with the changing colors of the sign this week. So here's a fun story. We filmed it on the mezzanine facing an arena. So while they're testing the lights and entrances, it was hitting the sign, and we didn't realize it. It's one of those things that you can't look at the preview. And then when we took photos, still photos, they were all blown out because they were red, because they were shining this red light, and it's one of those subtle things you don't realize until later, and then you're like, this looks terrible. So I had to get my aunt to touch up all the photos. She came through in a clutch. Thank you to my aunt, and I sent her a mug. Amanda said, I'm sitting outside with my cats in Cleveland today because the weather is beautiful. The weather is so nice lately, and I'm wearing shorts all of a sudden. Susie said, good morning, RJ. Although it probably won't be in Vegas, I like the idea of building the set there. Well, hopefully they would do it in more places. Hector said, hey, RJ, would you ever make a one-time return to Quizzlemania? Obviously, I pissed them off because they haven't asked me back. Neil said, campaigning for Prince Nana always, and his embassy has joined the Mogul affiliates. It's just every business. What do these contracts even look like, these merger contracts? I will have him on the show soon. But he's always like a changing man, and I feel like, we tape these episodes. It comes out a couple weeks later. His whole world is going to be different. Leo said, JY just looks just like you if you lived a harder life. Can't wait to bring that up to him. Miss Andy said, when you appeared on Allison Rosen's show and recently said Mario was a host on the other half, I assumed you meant Mario Cantone before you specified that it was Mario Lopez. Yeah, Mario Cantone knows enough to not go on a show with Danny Bonaducci. Leo said, chocolate is much nicer than gummies. Christine said, to hell with gummies and jelly beans. Well, remember all that Jelly Belly shit? Oh, this one tastes like popcorn. What the fuck were we doing? What was our tolerance level then? Amanda said, I got cold brew with chocolate cold foam today. That's different. Starbucks has a pistachio cold brew that I do want to try at some point, just because I haven't had pistachio anything in so long. Typo said, how did you get the deleted tweets? Unless you're really playing the long game. Well, if you search Daniel Garcia deleted tweets, a bunch of things come up, including this handy resource. It was like at DG deleted tweets or something that takes screenshots of all the tweets. Having said that, it takes a tremendous amount of work because I went all the way back. I went through his things for hours and hours and hours, and picked out ones that I thought were most pertinent. So here we go. A nice hearty pour here. And if you want my coffee, and some of you do, you can get high anxiety at rootlesscoffee.com. Mia said, I had a nasty cheat day pizza. I asked for extra cheese, and I think they gave me extra sauce, and it upset my stomach. Lord knows where you went. If you have to ask for extra anything on it, it just means it's bad. Find a place where you don't have to ask for any modifications, and I feel like that's a good pizza. I have one coming. I ordered it yesterday, and it's coming around 1 o'clock today. So I have to hold out until then. And furthermore, I'll have some ice cream. I have some ice cream. I might want more. Dairy Queen has the summer menu back. It makes me excited. It makes me nostalgic. Every summer, at the end of every summer, it's like the last 2 weeks of August, I go, why didn't I have more like ice cream bars or like the rocket popsicles? Like, why didn't I do that? So I always regret it. And then I try to cram them in at the very, very end when it starts getting cold and it's sad. Also, and I believe you can still listen to it on the AEW on TV Twitter in conjunction with AEW All Access, I did an All Access extra Spaces interview with Ruby Soho last Wednesday, and it was a very nice time. Technically speaking, there was no problems. So it's better than the Britt Baker and Adam Cole one already. And number two, we talked about deep stuff, her parents, her body, her nose. And it's my understanding that I will be doing it again this week, too. I don't have confirmation. Obviously, I'll let you know. You people are around. Susie has been a member for 16 months and said, time flies when you are entertained fantastically. I bet. Fortune Faded said, Regal was one hell of a fantastic interview. I think that's, by far. If he had to, if you had to go back and put like the best of William Regal on DVD, and if that episode is not there, you're not doing his career a service. Neil said, happy cultiversary. Machete said, leave gummies alone. I'm not getting into an argument. Gummies are shit. Sean said, has anyone done Hey W reluctantly, as far as you can tell? Absolutely. They're, Arn, I would say Jim Ross. There's plenty of people, especially in the beginning, who did not know who I was at all. We've never spoken before. And they just say yes because, whatever. And they start to figure it out in real time. Matt Hardy, she said it on his podcast, The Extreme Life of Matt Hardy, that he thought it was just a regular interview but he knew who I was. He just did not put it together. So I think there's definitely got to be people, when you go, I like to check in with people sometimes. I go, have you seen the show? And they go, I've seen clips. And that means no. I have no idea what this is. Leo said, what candy do you eat? I wanted some Easter candy, but I was at a store yesterday and the Easter candy wasn't even on sale. And I was like, fuck this. Fuck you. It was very stupid. I hope that answered your question. We're back. Sean said, gummies, don't touch me. Might as well be a vitamin. I like eating vitamins. Josh said, I liked the soap intro reaction you did. What are your thoughts on the John Candy movie, Delirious? It's a great soap opera riff. That's a really, really weird. That movie is like a precursor to Pleasantville, and I think maybe even Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell. I wish it was like less. If it was less comedic and more dramatic in a weird way, I think it would have been better. We missed that. They always say when comedians die young, we miss them becoming a real actor. Like John Candy gave any indication of ever doing real acting outside of that fucking sad 15 minutes at the end of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Daffy has joined Citizens United. Enjoy yourself, Daffy. Nails will show you around. So Plexus says, tonight's A&E biography Legends episode is on the Iron Sheik. You ever meet Sheiky, baby? Right after he was on Howard Stern, before everyone knew the Iron Sheik as commercially crazy. This was just on the come up. I did a show in Oshawa, and I was supposed to have a match and blah, 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 and then get on the mic, and then the Iron Sheik comes out, hits me with his cane, and then puts me in the camel clutch. This is how long ago it was when he was still able to put people in the camel clutch. And Long story short, he shows up. I guess, but he was at his hotel, so then he came late. He would not get out of the car. For whatever reason, he would not get out of the car. So there are videos online of people essentially riding around the car while he screams at them and spits at them. And I was in the ring going, is anyone coming to help me? So it was a really, really fun time. Yolanda said Garcia is a gentle menace. He's relaxed in his menaceness. Human Adventure said when you get to the 100th episode, it should maybe be in the ring and nothing happens. Or maybe have it be a rumble with all your guests ever and the winner is declared the best guest. Yeah, I'm sure Jim Ross would be really interested in getting in a Royal Rumble again. Amanda said not the interview itself was nice, but his speech was slow and made him stop halfway. It's a me problem. I understand that completely. All right. Queen of the Ring is here. Hello, good morning. You mentioned Nigel earlier, and I always think about his failed magic trick. Queen and I were loitering around WrestleCon, and we ran into Nigel Magic McGuinness. And he was very, very, very sweet. And he performed a magic trick for her. And she says it was failed, but it was not failed. It was a ruse to throw her off because then he did another trick that was fantastic. And it worked. It was a card one, and I want to have him on the show, but I'm very leery of the dark arts, so I'll only have him on if he won't do magic. Daffy said, good afternoon from Germany. Neil said, welcome, Daffy. No more gummies for you. Never leave. Leo said, so you wouldn't eat a gummy spider, but would you eat a gummy British child actor? Absolutely. Tracy said, good morning, RJ. I'm not sure if it's been mentioned yet, but your trombone champ video had me laughing so hard this week. What a game. So that's a new game series I'm playing now that I've given up on Streets of Rage for the time being. Trombone Champ, if you haven't seen it, go watch. It's I won't even want to say it's fun to play. It's insane to play. It's a complete loss of control. Daniel said, good morning, sir. Been a long week. Glad to see Hey brighten my day. Mikey said, my son just discovered Power Rangers. You may be pleased to know he is indifferent to the pink Power Ranger because your son knows the truth. Your son can see assholes. Leo said, wax works are always so obvious that their wax works. Might as well just make a house of cardboard cutouts for people to take photos with. I'd much rather that. Neil said, that's for sure Sanjay cackling the entire episode today. I do not know who's laughing behind the camera. I'm focused on my guest and the research, and I don't even notice anything because I'm trying to get a story out of these people. Jeff said, please explain ricotta cheese and peanut butter. I can't wrap my head around the combination. Well, ricotta, if you have it, a good one, is that there's a little sweetness to it. And it almost becomes the counterpart in the same way that jelly is to peanut butter. If you get the right hardened, salty peanut butter, I think you will enjoy the combination. Leo said, is Quizzlemania some creepy-ass Brit wrestling journalist crap? I think so. But I won last time I played, so. Hector said, who is the hardest wrestler to make break character? That's never my goal, to make people break character. So, and I also don't think anyone breaks character if they're laughing at something. You know, laughing is a normal response. I never go, why did these people laugh? So yeah, no, I don't try to break anyone. I think I've only broken twice. Once where we had to start again. And I will not say what episode that is. Fortune Faded 420 said, Sour Patch Kids a gummy and they rock. This is not sentences. Rob said, butter popcorn is still one of the best Jelly Belly flavors. Just have some fucking butter popcorn, Rob. Dave said, good morning, RJ. Would love to see Billy Starks on the show. She's from my area and everyone here is so proud of her. Don't know if she's officially all elite yet. Not that I haven't had guests that are non-elite. But yeah, she's definitely on the list. I have not seen her around that much, but I'm sure she'll be around more and she will be there. Who else? You know who asked me to be on the show of all people? Mickey James was like, can I be on the show? I said, that's above my pay grade. I don't know how that shit works. I don't know if our show has a forbidden door. I mean, I would love to if we get the okay. Like, that would not be a problem. That would be fantastic. Who else? And do I even want to say it? Sure, I'll bury her, whatever. Steph Delander. She's like, can I come on? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Legally speaking, contractually speaking, I don't know if you can come on. But yeah, I mean, otherwise, yeah, sure, of course, we can talk about Australian accents and things. So those are people who have asked to be on the show. Neil said, I love gummies, but a cult is a cult and I don't make the rules. I'll tell you who did just watch the Daniel Garcia episode. It's David Arquette. He sent me a text and he said, great job, buddy. Congratulations. Like I won a Peabody. Hector said, Alex, Queen of the Ring is here. Hi, Alex. And if you want to watch Queen of the Ring, watch other things. Watch her and Kayla do their Church of Joshi at 12 p.m. on their Twitch. Leo said, although I had no respect for that stupid bamboozled jelly game with the gross flavors, a party game almost as crap as Cards Against Humanity. We went through some periods as a society. Squirrel Squad says, as a fan of West Side Gun myself, just curious if you listened to his entire discography to prepare for your interview with Daniel Garcia. You know, I looked him up and I went, I got it. I mainly watched Buffalo commercials and I went through a bunch. So here's a little behind the scenes for you kids. Originally, the William Attar question was going to be Lockport and Gambino Ford. Hi, Mom, which is a commercial that I had seen growing up as a kid and loved it. I had a whole thing on PBS Buffalo and all that shit. And I went, this is even more stupid than what else is here. So this has to go. And then the Lockport thing, they've not been in business for like 10 years. They haven't done a commercial in a while. And then I thought maybe it's not as relevant as I thought it was. And then I thought, of course, William Attar. There's some tweets here I want to read. Shout out if you're watching Hey W while listening to this. And it's a GIF. Dan Slater posted a GIF of his TV and me moving. Tevin said, what are the odds we'll ever see you in the ring again? I think there's pretty good odds, but I don't say that in the sense that I have anything planned at all. My schedule is all over the place. I'm working on a bunch of different things. I am not ruling it out. I will not say I'm retired. I never said, whoa, this is done. It just, everything fun and weird opened up and I went down that road. I think I was a little misquoted in the dirt sheets this week where I said I get paid a lot more to do the things I'm doing now. Well, it's like, yeah, not in general, just in relation to me wrestling. Like I was making shit. I was like, how about me wrestling? And everyone was like, meh. And I was like, how about me doing other things? And then the offers started rolling in. So I wouldn't rule it out, Devin. And on this day in WWE said, hi, RJ, enjoy listening to you while drinking a coffee. Can I recommend an RJ City cameo? Yes, you can. Cameo.com/RJ City. Excellent value and entertainment for both me and my 3-year-old. All ages. Josh said, the frosted animal cookie blizzard during the summer is a delight. Thank you for reminding me. That one's great. There's also a brand new one. It's like peanut butter pretzel. And I enjoy getting a couple and mixing them. Let's go back here. Here we go. Rob said, McDonald's now has a strawberry shortcake McFlurry now for everyone's information. I'll tell you what bothers me, though. They're not big enough. Josh Lemley has a wonderful tribute. The Spaces interview with Ruby was great. It was cool to see you do a different style of interview. It was more of a chat, really, I guess. Positively, he said, flaccid penises with Bryan Danielson. Steve Cheney said, we've got to get Sting on the show. I have heard that he can be gotten to. People in the know say, we think you can get him. Leo said, do you like fudge? I love fudge. We'll have a bite of it. Christine said, the seasonal turnover sales are not what they used to be. If you don't get it the day after, it's gone. It's rough out there. Jess went to Walgreens a few days ago, and the Easter candy was 50 to 70% off. Got a bunch of Cadbury cream eggs. That's what I wanted to do. Rod said, do you always choose the Tootsie Pop over the Blow Pop, or are they interchangeable? I like the Tootsie Pop better. There's a gravitas to it that the Blow Pop, it's too gimmicky. Leo said, do you think Garden State was pretentious? Yes. The state itself and the film. Nail said, so not Hey W, but I remember when Big E was scared of doing an interview with you in case you roasted him, and he had written down a bunch of rebuttals, but then ended up having fun. I do think that's the hard thing. It's like, hey, you want to do an interview? And then people immediately, they do that. That's a Raven thing. And they envision, the worst thing they can imagine. But I will say everyone has left it having fun. Positively, he said, love Garden State. Anything Zach Braff. He's got another one coming out soon. Great. Yolanda say John Candy gave us real acting and Uncle Buck. It's sad. And then angry. It's not acting. Those are just emotions. Leo said, remember, the Iron Sheik does not run his Twitter account. Stop falling for it. And neither does Virgil. Rod said, John Candy had a weird, serious part in the JFK movie. And we all remember that. Longbow McLevin said, what are the odds we can get a Road to Double or Nothing with the 4 pillars? Get them all in the car? Big family road trip? Kurt said, John Candy did JFK. It was a terrible performance made worse by Costner, who was certainly had his own foibles. Human Adventure said, my favorite Easter candy is the Cadbury mini chocolate egg, not the stupid Cadbury egg with the gooey center. Yeah, you gotta. Those commercials were fun. A lion auditioning for the Easter Bunny? Where do they come up with these things? Mike said, Hot to Trot is John Candy's best work, lest we forget who is Harry Crumb. Summer Rental was good, too. Positively, he said, John Candy was great. I bet Mac had fun on Buck. He's cooking our garbage. I hate that movie. Leo said, do you have tie-dye underwear? To my understanding, no. Christine said, the trombone game is hilarious. Play it forever. Lauren said, you are leery now, but you had Jericho on, who's famously a wizard. And then I was on his show. So it was a real reciprocal, he worked his magic in that sense. Nell said, when you were researching, did you happen to see if Ricky Starks replied to the SMD FTB? To my understanding, no, but they were screenshots, so I couldn't quite click on it. Human Adventure said, some of my favorite movies are Noises Off with John Ritter, which I did a play of in high school, and Clue with Madeline Kahn, which is not, you had to be there to enjoy the gimmick. Mikey said, where's your favorite pizza place in Toronto? This is not necessarily in Toronto. It's north of Toronto, but there's a place called Chow Roma where you pay by the weight, not of yourself, of the pizza. To me, they're the best, where I go, okay, this is worth it. People love Toroni's. There's north of Brooklyn. There's all those pizza places that are okay, but I think they're better restaurants than they are pizza places. So I would say Chow Roma for me. Leo said, you know what goes well with peanut butter? Chocolate. Crazy, I know, but I dare you to try it. Oh, Leo, and yeah, hot takes. Steve said, I think part of the reason I love your content so much is because you're a wrestler most likely to reference Hal Roach in a segment. I think about the Little Rascals often, and I think about, I was actually just watching a Laurel and Hardy clip where he went, tit for tat. And then Stan went like this, and he went, what? I thought you said tip your cap. I said, no, I said tit for tat. And that's the high-minded comedy you can come to expect at Hal Roach Studios. There's another tweet here. Onyx Coffee Labs, big recommend. I prefer my own coffee, rootlesscoffee.com. Not that Don Marie said, jelly beans suck. Fuck them. Joe said, have you tried the churro dipped cone from Dairy Queen? I'm so Blizzard-centric. I can barely get anything else at Dairy Queen. Jackson said, yes, get Mickey. She would be the best episode. I have to get that. That's a special request, Forbidden Door one. Speaking of, the actual Forbidden Door, there's so many people I want to get. Your Zack Sabre Jr.'s, your Minoru Suzuki's, your Okadas, your Tanahashi's, your Toru Yanos, who I've tweeted at, and he hasn't replied. Yolanda said, I saw John Ritter mural while driving in LA and yelled, yay, it's Jack Tripper. And he's passed away now, so it's very disrespectful. Amanda said, oh my God, Steph. Nell said, around the Forbidden Door pay-per-view, Tony Khan should let you have some random guest specials. This is what I'm saying. And we're going to be in Toronto. Who knows who will show up in Toronto? Leo said, if AW tours Australia, somebody asked me about going to Australia to do some wrestling and some comedy. And my first question was, are there any spiders? If I see one, I'm gone. Mia said Mickey James should be on the show because she's Mickey James. Nail said, can you remember Dick and Dom playing Yum Yum Yak? Bean Boozle ripped them off. Dick and Dom should sue. We need to see Dick and Dom in court. I think that would be great. Oh, Lord, there's so many requests here. I'm getting it. Nail said, if you get Sting, please bring pom-pom. It's not going to be relevant by the time we do the interview. Rod said, RJ works too stiff with wrestlers. Almost put Garcia out of the hammerlock. That's why I don't wrestle anymore. Logan said, RJ, thank you for liking my ridiculous tweets. Shoe Is I said, is there anyone from the other company from Connecticut that you wish to have on the show in the future? Me and Randy Orton deserve a meeting. because we used to play Twitter footsie all the time, and now we don't. I mean, he's not really tweeting much right now, and I hope he's okay. Um, but I would like to play footsie with him. And I had Steve Austin on Coffee and Underwear, and that's good for me. I would rather people in that company be jealous that they can't do this show, and then they'll come and do it. We'll see who's got the balls big enough to say, "Give me my release. I want to talk to RJ for 10 minutes." Adam said, if you had Sting on Hey W, can you please interview him in the rafters? Positively E said, Popeye has a strawberry biscuit snack thing. Okay, what do you want from me? Christine said, the gravitas of Tootsie Pop sounds like a weird TED Talk. Oh, yeah, because the other TED Talks are so normal. Steve said, good morning, RJ. It's my birthday today. Would you mind serenading me in the style of your favorite wrestling theme of all time? Oh my God. Yes, I can. And, oh, this is great. Let me look it up. Here we go. And then you got to figure out, this is a song. Oh, this is great. This is great. I'm so excited to sing this. This is my favorite wrestling song of all time. This land is mine, God gave this land to me, this brave and ancient land to me. And when the morning sun reveals her hills and plain, then I see a land where children can run free. So take my hand and walk this land with me, and walk this lovely land with me. Though I am just a man, when you are by my side, with the help of God, I know I can be strong. Though I am just a man, when you are by my side, with the help of God, I know I can be strong. That was the theme from Exodus, which is Mr. Perfect's theme. So it was a double word score for me. And that's why I think it was my favorite of all time. Leo said, are Virgil and Iron Sheik using the same person to run the account? I think so. Joe Dombrowski told me they are. Well, if Joe knows. Matt Sandy said, do you remember the 1980s New York City area commercials for things like Beefsteak Charlie's, Crazy Eddie's, Carvel? My grandmother has a Carvel down the street, and I love it. And they still have Fudgy the Whale. My other favorite defunct restaurant commercials, Milton Berle did a series of commercials for a now out of business restaurant called Lums. Couldn't imagine why people wouldn't want to eat at an appetizing restaurant like Lums. Logan Lee said, I was in a small film with the dad from Uncle Buck, Garrett M. Brown. Oh, I would like to hear more about this, Logan. Squirrel said, if West Side Gun isn't your thing, I get it. But Sunseed Jesus is my friend, is top tier. Well, it sounds like you're on the in here. Christina's gifted 5 memberships. Dawn Marie, Squirrel Squad, Amanda, Leo, Suplexorcist, and Jason Schoening was gifted the membership by Christine. So thank her, not me. Amanda said, maybe Major Figure Wrestling Podcast can do something with you and Steph and Mark or something. Although you and Cardona and Myers with Steph would be a freaking riot. Well, see, they never asked me to do the show. They bothered me for free content. And then they finally asked me in LA, and I brought the house down. Human Adventure said, wasn't Summer Rental the one where the lady showed her new tatas to John Candy? First of all, I don't think we're calling them tatas anymore. Nomek said, Only the Lonely plays a man in love with an undertaker. I've never heard of that movie. And positively, he said, Summer Rental, not a great movie. Christine likes Harry Crumb. Leo said, what is a wrestler that hadn't had a figure that you want to see get one? I say it all the time. It's crazy that David has never had a figure, ever. It makes no sense, especially with all the, I mean, if you're putting out the gobbledygooker, who is a wrestler that I really want to see? I would like a Saba Simba. I think would be great for me. I like the old, I want more like a Nick Bockwinkel. The AWA Remco ones were not so hot. That I would really, really like. I would like more Bobby Heenan outfits. I would like, oh my God, I really want an old Gorilla Monsoon, like the wrestling Gorilla Monsoon. When that company did an April Fool's saying they were making a dentist stamp bone cruncher, I would buy that. Leo, I did the same thing. I sent it to Nug and I said, well, this is amazing. Neil said, so do we think that Chris Jericho can't grow chest hair? That's one of those. Look, I don't want to spoil the episode, but it seems like I have to do more investigating. And does he want to? He's a wrestler. It should be good to not grow chest hair. It should be easier on you. Save the money on the razors. Suplexus says, have you seen American Splendor? Maybe. I can't remember, though. Rod said, do you first go to Chow Roma because you thought Paul Roma might own it? I thought it was a place where he was just a meet and greet and he had a table in 8x10s. And I thought, you guys sell pizza? Logan Lee said, Madeline Kahn was the greatest in history of the world, part 1. The line, my tits are falling off, is just incredible. Longball McGlovin said, I'm from West Virginia, and I got to say, your Morgantown accent is on point. You can take the boy out of the Morgantown. Positively, he said, John Candy is great in Blues Brothers. You know, they also talked about it, and I'm happy they did, on The Best Show with Tom Sharpling. Blues Brothers is a fucking horrible, it sucks. And even if you like the movie and the sum of it, the totality of it, the Blues Brothers are suck and they're annoying and they're not funny. And they also brought down Saturday Night Live. It's like the biggest appropriation without putting any fucking funny twist on it at all. Just this half-assed Motown shit. And then, oh, look, John Belushi did a cartwheel. What do you want from me? Are you guys going to tell a joke at some point? Logan Lee said, wild man from Borneo. Yum, yum, eat 'em up, Logan. That was one of my favorites, and you cannot find that episode anywhere anymore. Candy said, if you get tie-dye underwear, you can wear a tie-dye Hey W shirt. Yeah, I got it. I understand. Jess said, any chance you reference Joseph Schneck in an interview soon? You never know. Sometimes I write these references, and I go, who is this for? And then I realize it's just for me. Kurt said, RJ, do you think you'll be at All In? I have not been told officially that I would be there. I hope I'm there. I guess we'll find out soon enough. But it's weird. It's like, oh my God, everyone, we're going to England. And then you realize we have so much shit before that. We have Double or Nothing. And then the next month, we have Forbidden Door in Toronto, which is insane. All of this is crazy. Positively, he said, aren't all the Rascals dead? I feel like there's one or two that are still alive, but I wouldn't be surprised if they're all dead. There may be some of those outliers, those ringer kids they brought in near the end there might still be alive. Oh, there's another song request here. All right, let me get through this. Nail said, I'm sure the Rascals are on TikTok, but don't quote me. I barely know American pop culture stuff. No, she doesn't know. Logan Lee said, Daniel Garcia is the Forbidden Door. Great. Positively, he said, the originals like Spanky and Buckwheat, not the stoners on Impact. Cole said, I think you look like the lead singer in Tears for Fears in the Head Over Heels music video. Well, thanks. Desi said, the neighbor's cat could be their lawyer. Amanda said, I had a song in mind and I forgot it. So your choice. I just need some of your glorious voice this beautiful morning. Okay, give me a second to think about really what I want to sing. Oh my God, I was singing this song on the plane for some reason. This is a Sinatra song that I don't think that many people know, but I heard it when I was younger and I never forgot it. Hey there, Mr. Build a Fence around your sister, it's the boys' night out. Hey there, Buster, it's the engines after Custer, it's the boys' night out. They're out to do the town, and before they're through, it's bound to be likened to the night they lost the Titanic or the Wall Street to panic. What they're seeking is a little cheek to cheeking. It's the boys' night out. And that moon's about as big as a honeydew. It's the boys' night out, and they're so romantic. I'll give you a clue. What the boys are out after, the girls are out after too. I believe the song is called The Boys' Night Out. And they're rebel rousing. Look out. I just love the rhyming of, hey there, mister, build a fence around your sister. What a weird, it's so weird. And it sounds like a gang of horrible men. And, you know, they make it sound so lovely in a way, but it's not at all. So I think that's what I enjoy about that song. Positively E said, Kenny Omega, you want him on the show, but only if he brings a sockless loafer Don Callis. Don Callis is laid the fuck up right now. Don Callis, everybody thought him getting busted open was fake until they saw the photo last week of the giant gash on his forehead. And it's so big, like you can see the baby crowning. Let me put it that way. It's insane. It's long and it's deep and it's horrific as shit. And everyone's like, oh, I can see why he's not there this week. He needs a minute to rest. Rob said, I'm expecting Randy Orton's theme in cabaret style. Leo said, people who write, thank you for coming to my TED Talk and for a sad, stupid social media rant are exactly the kind of people who watch TED Talks. I've watched Danson talk. I've watched Ted Turner talk. Steve said, Mr. Perfect rules. Thank you. Oh, see, people are realizing that the theme from Exodus is Mr. Perfect's song. Steve Cheney thought I was going to sing the Mean Street Posse's theme. Mia said, I'm going to a GCW show next week and I have no idea what to wear. Maybe a black shirt. Are we still talking about Lums? Miss Sandy said the AWA Remco figures were basically He-Man figures. There we go. Yes. Steve said we need a Duke the Dumpster Josie Elite. I think someone's actually making one. Rob said making a David Arquette figure isn't financially feasible. They have to use too much plastic to make the calves realistic with pumping calf action. Squirrel Squad said, I want a full Ready to Rumble figure set. That's you. You would think that movie would have had a built-in toy line already ahead of it before the people realized it was a bomb. Somebody wants my set for AEW. I understand. Heel Champ Mandy said, just watching RJ City in his underwear because it's a Sunday morning. She has her adorable cat with her, and the cat seems tolerant of what's going on. D. Emerson Eddie said, wouldn't a percolator with a regular filter be easier? No, because this is cold brew. You can't percolate cold. Think about it, Eddie. Positively E said, tell Dave to get you all a double pack at Mego Toys. I would love like that old Mego set. Oh my God. That would make me so happy. Pogirl has just sent a tribute because she's a sweet human being, so thank you. Rod said, yes, Blues Brothers sucks. Thank you. Josh said, West Virginia boy here too. Leo said, do you remember on Dr. Katz? I finally understand why women do like the Three Stooges. No, I don't remember this, and I've lost my place. I do remember why women like the Three Stooges, because they aren't funny. Oh my God. I heard a Dr. Katz joke. Literally this morning. Me and my wife, when we make love, I don't mind that she turns the lights out. It's the hiding I think is cruel. But you can't do, like, to read his jokes coming from me, there's zero justice. You need to watch. All his humor is very tied to him. Christine said, what's awesome about Chow Roma is that it's in a strip mall between a football soccer store and a cannoli shop. You can't go wrong there. You know it's going to be good. Suplex said, do you know Ethan Page's buddy Charlie? I know him, but not well. He's a very interesting character who loves Pee Wee Herman and Desert Storm cards. Does he know that I unboxed Desert Storm cards and Pee Wee Herman cards? And beat Pee Wee on Family Feud? I love that these fucking WWE people are doing Family Feud now. Been there, done that. 2 years ago, my friends. Talk about a pioneer. David Arquette is ahead of the curve. I never thought I'd see the day I would say that. I said, RJ, do you ever go to the ballet and remark, this isn't professional wrestling? I have a whole coming up at some point. I'm doing an interview with a wrestler who is a classically trained ballerina, and that's the crux of my discussion. Nell said, roving AEW reporter on the streets of London asking clueless Brits about AEW or just life. Christine said, we fell down a rabbit hole last night and ended up seeing your Family Feud episode with Dalton Castle. You guys were amazing, and I cleaned the fuck up. Those other schmucks aren't going to be putting up my numbers. Positively E said, will be hilarious if Evander Holyfield got booked at All In and Anthony Ogogo didn't. I would like, is Lennox Lewis still around? Is he still good? I haven't heard from him, so I don't know. Gina, thank you. Just wanted to send some love. Great hay with Garcia. Love to the cult and RJ. Please go tell Garcia and AEW too. They're the people that make things happen. Chad said, morning, RJ. My morning has been shit, but now that I'm here in my BBDs with my Folgers 1080, it's on. Is that some sort of motor oil? Motor oil. Dave said, RJ, would love to see you become a host for classic films and spew tidbits Joe Bob Briggs style. Would make Turner Classic Movies more interesting. I want to be like the AEW version of Turner Classic Movies. We'll put it on Max. So Sierra said, I can't wait for the RJ versus MJF single. I'm sure that's happening. Longbow McLevin said, why did that remind me of the theme to Three's Company? I don't know. Longball said he hit the lighting rig. I'm aware. I was, when Don Callis hit the rig, I came in the room like right after they left because they were taping other stuff in there. There was blood all over the floor. And I just remember thinking, this has got to be fake. It's too red. And then it was just because it was on the front of his head. Kurt Benoit said, I'm on the fence for All In. I'm in Ireland, so a bit of a travel. But if you will be there, I'll be there. I mean, it's less of a travel than coming to Chicago, you know? Nail said, and I've lost my place. Nail said, there we go. I always wondered what merch to wear to AEW, then I always choose Ethan Page every time. Yeah, just pick an Ethan Page shirt. That's a good idea. Rob said, it'll be worth it, Kurt. It'll be like a festival weekend. Maybe Ready to Rumble was made as a tax thing for WCW. No, they just made straight money on it because the company, the movie studio, just basically licensed WCW from WCW. Kingdom's here tonight. We just said, hey kids, hey. And Kingdom said that I'm going to turn into Stanley Tucci in the future, and that hurt. We're talking about Charlie. Suplexus said Charlie would roll very well with your question to be a great guest. Dalton loves spamming your Nebraska clip. There's a great Family Feud answer, and it put up great numbers. Mass Andy said, when WCW had their guys on Family Feud in the 90s, a question was, name an activity good for burning calories. And Sid's answer was making whoopee. And if anyone makes whoopee, it's that guy. You'll love to see that hair flipping from behind. Rod said, I've got money set aside for that David Arquette Street Lucha Libre action figure. I know. They should have done... Look, we all could have done better jobs. I don't know what else to say. David Arquette needs an action figure. I'm back in focus. Chad said, you would be a guest on Red Letter Media's Best of the Worst movie show. There's another show that Julie, who's on the Best Show, does. There's a spin-off guest show. There's a spin-off Best Show podcast that everyone says I should be on, and I'm just waiting for them to call my name. So I don't know what the fuck to say. Nick said, has Ethan asked you to do a toy hunt? I've also loved if you and Charlie do a podcast. You know, we've talked about it, but when I'm working on my stuff, it's usually when he's filming his toy hunt. So we usually never have the time to pull in different directions. I will absolutely do it if he wants me to have me on. Maybe we got to go to like the Toy Ohio show or something. Neil said RJ and Ethan would go antiquing and it would be RJ talking then the whole time with Ethan being scared to say anything, just loudly laughing. Kingdom said CNN presents RJ City Finding Mississauga. It's going to happen once you have your Pokemon evolution. Kingdom, can you please text me now and say, send the link. There's a video. There's a joke response to this. That's a link. And I'm going to forget otherwise. Thank you. Christine said, member for 20 months. What did you actually think of my Cobb salad from yesterday? Also, you wonderful. I thought it was too much cheese. I just thought it was a lot of cheese. And then I didn't see sometimes there's like cubed turkey that there should be in there. I didn't see any bacon. And I didn't know what the dressing was. And I think the dressing was kind of maybe even competing with the cheese. I'm sure it wasn't bad. But to say the new Cobb salad is to denounce the existence of a Cobb salad. You know what I'm saying? Bazit said, hello from Pakistan, my naked friend. I just got here. I haven't seen the episode yet. Hope you're having a great morning. What the fuck are you doing, Bazit? Go watch the episode. Amanda said, oh my God, come to Toy Ohio. Christine said, finding Mississauga, eating at the food court at Square One. Kendi said, Nails, now you have me worried I'll mess up the universe by not wearing a Wardlow shirt this time. Yeah, everyone wear Wardlow and Ethan Page shirts. There's no other shirts for you to wear. Do you have pizza arriving at noon, at the crack of noon? No, high noon. I have it arriving, actually, the earliest they could get it to me is 1 o'clock. So I'm going to wait. I'm going to be ornery. Nail said, rate my cob would be a fun way to annoy RJ on Twitter. I've done it before. Pam said, I got to head out early. Have a great weekend, everyone. Mia said, my friend said the same thing about my Cobb salad. I had too much cheese. You want to enjoy the rest of the salad. Jess said, I wore a Brody King shirt. Will that guy ever come on? Hey, there's a question. Candy said, I'm obviously wearing your shirt. Yes. Yolanda said, have a great weekend, Pam. And look at this. I caught up with the whole fucking chat, and we have less than 5 minutes to go. Rob said, no such thing as too much cheese. You're going to mar the integrity of the cob. Christine said, that was a fair assessment of the salad. Thank you. It did have bacon, and it was yummy, but yeah, well, good. Christine said, I can't believe you were forgetting the top location for a good New York slice, Sparrow. Can you think of a worse name for anything than putting two consonants together like that? That people, like, what was the logic behind that? Put an A between the S and the B, and then I'll get it. Sbarro. I got to say it like Sparrow. It's insane. Then it sounds like a P. It sounds like Sparrow. John Marie said, what are your toppings for that pizza? Well, I have a regular pizza with bocconcini on it. And then I have like a focaccia sandwich coming. And it has the prosciutto and it has rapini on it. It's like a pizza sandwich thing. I'm giving it a shot. Jess said, do you have a favorite type of ricotta cheese? No, it just has to be good. There should be no, it's just as long as it's good and fresh when you go. And I've been to Tuscany. So fuck you, Stanley Tucci. Anytime you go there and you get as they make it and then you taste it, you go, I don't know what the fuck we're eating at home. Sog King said, and I don't want to spoil the episode, but I had to look up SMDFTB. Kingdom said, Sparrow is proof that God is dead. And he's been replaced. And that new God's name is Sparrow. Order a slice, my friend. Squirrel said, there's a big toy show near where I live in Baltimore in June. Ethan Page and Dan Housen are supposed to be there, so that might be fun. Or it might be horrible. Rod said, any cob is better than a Waldorf. Yes, such a pompous salad. Amanda said, can you grace us with a hair shakeout? Well, this is annoying, but enjoy yourselves. Are we all happy now? There we go. That's nice. Great. Fucking shit. Bassett said, sandwiches, hot or cold? Bassett, it depends on the sandwich. No Mexis said, my mom is a concierge in Philly now. Keep sending me pictures of cheesesteaks. Rob said, isn't Broccoli Rob the real Philly cheesesteak? Broccoli Rob and rapini are kind of the same thing. Leo said, wasn't David supposed to be in God's Not Dead too? I'm going to have to ask him at some point. Nell said, that was aggressive. Thank you. Silver and On said, finally, I didn't miss it. Let's go. Well, you are a little late. I will say that. And we didn't even look at the underwear today. I got these fun lip ones. They're like a Billy Gunn homage. I was so worried about the shirt. Will this help if I put the shirt in the shop? Will people buy it more now? Kingdom said, the luscious locks of RJ City. There we go. And I'm out of focus. Tybo said, it's really a service to us. Is it really a service to us if it's not annoyed by it? I do want to say this. Before I go, get this fucking shirt at shopaw.com. We're on the bestseller list. Next week, I'm going to Pittsburgh. Dynamite is in Pittsburgh. There's plenty of fun things coming up, including I'll stop at Sheets at some point. And obviously, I said it before and I will say it again, watch the latest AEW with Daniel Garcia. The link is in the comments. It's pinned there. It's up on the Twitter. Like it, retweet it, share it, comment. And tell people you want more people on. And then maybe they'll open the door and we can have everybody we want. Tom Sharpling was the producer of Monk, and he told me he'd text Tony Shalhoub about coming on the show. So your support goes a long way. Typo said, Pittsburgh, the city where my parents met. And that's why they're so in love. It's good old Steel Town. And he said, baby, you want to lay some pipe? You want to get under the sheets? Kurt said, I have pizza arriving at 16:30. GMT. That's great. So let's get a final look at these. Yeah, Steve said we got to get Tanahashi on the show. Yes, we do. He's going to be confused, but that's kind of the point. Let's get a final look at these. That's wonderful. And until next time, Godspeed.